Getting the stream and making it happen. I'm gonna explain the reasons why I'm a simp for Bill Delphine. uh, no, I'm not actually. I don't have her OnlyFans account. And no, I wasn't waiting for their hardcore porn. The way her presentation was cool. It was awesome, and I really enjoyed her personality. Um, I am into that kind of stuff that she does, into a little bit of pain, I guess, as far as things go. And she she definitely had a way of turning people on. So, but also, I mean, in the way she does things, is everything's pink and like, I don't know. It's like, it's empowering though, I guess, when it comes to things like that with women and pink and all other different kind of things. Like, I think that a lot of times, I think a lot of times the the aesthetic behind what it is to be goth kind of sort of changed over the course of a certain thing, is because goth doesn't have to be like all black and stuff like that. It's like, it's really weird. Like, people don't really get goth. I guess they don't really get what goth is, and that's the reason why I think everybody was like, "Oh, we're gonna wear black and we're gonna put black makeup on our faces," and it's just like, that's not always what goth is. Like, you have to realize that gothic is really like is it's a real it's a real game changer. Like, it can be anything really. If it can be like just liking certain photos. It can be like stuff about churches, I guess. I don't know. It can be stuff about the Gothic era, basically, that people would do and dress in and stuff like that. And there's a lot of different kinds of goth that I think that people really don't understand. And I like, there's like the rainbow goth kids and stuff like that. They like the Japan uh, what is it, the Japan goth, where there's it's kind of like, there are phrases, I guess, that are held in the community as like being like, what is uh last time I watched something on actual Japan goth, um they're basically, there's, it's not suicidal phrases, I guess. It's more like altruistic phrases, I guess. And like, those phrases can be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill myself," but then living would be better if this was, or not living, but dying would be better if living goes on like this, sort of thing. Like, it's like a boredom sort of thing, and that's where I think goth even came from, is out of boredom. And I think boredom can inspire people, really, and that's the reason why I like to be bored. Sometimes, every once in a while, just, if I'm bored or anything like that, I like to a little bit innovate of something like that, you know. But I don't have the money to innovate right now, and I don't have the money to innovate my business. And that's what I'm trying to get, man. That's what I'm trying to get. That's all I'm trying to get. Um, so that's the reason why. Just, there's so many things that are available to people. They're like, there's so many like different kinds of, what is it, different kinds of modes people get in sometimes. And I think that's the way that goth actually even trying to like it's trying to not to sell people, but to like to sell people on it, but to really make people things like work in society with people being bored. You know, it's about being bored. That's what it's about. Gothic is about being bored and and looking at humanity in a lesser sense. And I think that Belle Delphine actually got it got it in the bag. You know. uh, they uh, not a cold, but I have a stomach nose. Okay, I'm on myself, I think. So I want to go over there. There's a guy over there. I'm going to go to him. Extended mag. Backpack. Helmet. That's the reason why, man. You gotta realize that. Oh no, I gotta do this. Alright. That's the reason why you gotta make it happen. You gotta realize where people are in their lives, and I gotta go to this place because he's probably coming this way. I'm thinking. But yeah, like people don't get it. Like they don't get the real issue sometimes. They don't get the real thing that people are trying to talk about, because I don't know what I'm trying to talk about. I guess. There he is. He didn't see me. Are you fucking kidding me? It's average, man. Oh, it's bullshit, man. It's absolute bullshit. Can't hear where those steps are coming from? Fucking idiots. Oh, man. Oh. Just ready to make something happen, man. Ready to see it through, you know? That's the real situation that's actually going through my own head. You know, I'm ready to stop believing the bullshit lies that everyone produces on TVs, you know? It's like I don't get this whole new thing where people have this cancel culture because of things they say on the internet. It's like if they're a good actor, then they're a good actor. But also, like, there's really this cancel culture that needs to happen on these dudes that are taking advantage of these young kids. Like, it's the real shit that no one's even addressing, and everyone is looking at people that say things that are truthful in some ways. Like that chick, what's that chick's name? What's that chick's name? What is it up? What is it at? What is it at? Yeah, Gina Moreno fired for saying that Gina Carano? Yeah, Gina. Yeah, it's not Gina Moreno. Gina Carano was fired because of her saying that the reason why the Nazis were so successful in being able to group up the Jewish people is because they brainwashed the entirety of their civilization, of their populace, basically. So they would literally give people rewards for getting rid of what Jews were, and punish people who didn't. And that's the reason why it was terrible. They basically made up this virus bullshit about them being sick or something like that, and they just tend to get sick often or something like that, and then it turned into Jews have a virus that could literally, I don't know, it was just really fucked up. And basically saying that if you know any Jewish people, then give them up or you will suffer the consequences. And no one and everyone actually gave into it. They really did this pseudoscience that happened in the 60s, that everyone's like, black people's skulls are different than ours. Blah 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 blah. It's just like, oh, so they're a different species? No, they're not. They're not a different species. I've seen black people and white people have babies. It's different. It's the same thing. It's fine. It pisses me off too, like that they're just pseudoscience culture that people are like, oh well, there's no way that this virus could be this severe. They're constantly lying about things. It's like, no, that's the point. Is like the reason why people are taking declines sometimes. The reason why old people are getting cited for having the virus, even though they don't have it anymore, or even though they think they don't have it, is because they had it, but the physical effects are still affecting them. You know, the virus itself becomes dormant somehow, or it's even more than people really understand. Like the effects, the after effects of what physically the virus can do to you, can literally give you another sickness. You know, that's way worse than the actual virus. So that's what happens. The virus comes in and ruins the immune system for your lungs, and the next virus, or whatever it causes, basically, is the thing that fucks you up for life. You know, it's like when you get a virus, you don't just bounce back immediately. You know, it's like, oh my god, I got this virus, but I got this vaccine, so that means I'm better, right? No, That doesn't mean you're better. That means the virus itself is becoming dormant in your system, and when it leaves your system, you're pretty much done. But you're going to be left with a what is it with a if you're an old person or someone with actual what is it called a compromised immune system or something like that, or any compromised immune system whatsoever, it weakens your immune system. Like every single time you get a virus, it weakens your immune system because your white blood cell count is low, and that's the reason why when they're like, oh, they had the virus, but they don't have the virus now. That's the reason why that nurse got fired, because she was kept on citing that pseudoscience that makes it seem like, oh no, they don't have the virus now. That means they're completely better. No, it doesn't. And most of it has to do with people who are in religion, people who believe that somehow the virus, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Yeah, it's not. It's a metaphor. It says the emotional distress that I go through as a human being makes me stronger, a stronger individual when dealing with other situations that I wouldn't normally handle, right? Or that's it, or like, yeah, that's it, yeah. That's what it's supposed to mean. But people take it as, if I get a virus and I get the vaccine, then that makes me immediately better. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make you immediately better. It makes you be able to coat or it attacks the proteins that are inside the virus. But those proteins can get all over your body. So it doesn't just attack your lungs. So realize that for a second, and realize that sometimes the vaccine doesn't even like, there's a 95 probably to 8 there's an 86 to a 95% chance that the vaccine won't do anything. like the vaccine won't go after the proteins. It'll just stay where it is. And if it comes across the virus as it's doing that, yeah, it's some pretty fucked up shit sometimes. People don't realize the vaccine, there is no workaround for this. There's no, like, I don't know, man. I don't get it. It's like, oh, but we have a compromised immune system. If you can't be around babies. You cannot be around babies. You can't be around old people either. You have a compromised immune system. You can't be around those people when you're sick. You know, even if you had the she had the coronavirus. Like this old lady had the coronavirus, and then they're like, oh, she doesn't have the coronavirus anymore. That just means she's better. No, it doesn't mean she's better. It means that that she needs like fluids immediately. She needs immediate fluids, or else her immune system could be even more compromised if she doesn't get any help. It's just I don't get why people don't do this shit. Like they say that, oh, the U.S. government is lying to you. It's just like, no, they're just not telling you the truth sometimes. They're not lying to you about any of these things, because most of the time they want to tell you that these they don't want the stock market to absolutely crash on everything that we're fucking doing. You know? It's just, I don't know. People don't get it. Sometimes they just think that I'm a suppressor for the handgun. There we go. The holographic side of the handgun. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting the rifle anymore, because there's two guns that I need to fucking. Yeah, I need to hurry up and go get a fucking car. It's about 3:45 and I'm ready to go. right towards him too. Gotta find the frickin'. That's really weird, dude. Got it. Are you serious, dude? Oh, man. I fucking hit him with the car, like, really hard. He fucking did not die, though. That's really weird. Yeah, Gina Moreno should not have gotten fired for what she said. That shit was real, and the shit, and that's the fucked up part is when people say facts, they get their ass fucking chewed out by their fucking superiors, which sucks. It really fucking sucks. But there's somehow this unspoken bond between a girl and her feet and this old fucking dude named Daniel, who is like running fucking Disney, and these sex offenders are constantly rehired in Hollywood, which is what fucking boggles my goddamn mind. Like, so you want to say there's like some sort of like, oh yeah, brothers and sisters, they fuck each other and stuff. Well, dudes fuck 13-year-olds and then say shit like, oh, she's my friend and I have contracts with her and I'm able to do that. I'm able to get to close to her because I'm her boss. Fucking hell, dude. Like they wanted to make money no matter what, and they just wanted to make money, and they didn't give a fuck who was the guy that made him make money. And he probably kept their secrets quiet, and they kept his quiet, and just fired him quietly. And it fucking sucks. It's like the Epstein bullshit. He's literally not gonna kill himself because I know he's supposed to kill himself. He's a bitch. He's a little bitch boy, and that's what bitch boys do. They fucking take advantage of a situation that's just not fucking cool, you know. Okay, let me tell you about. See, right, GM Rhino Fire. Um. Let's see. Yeah, see, this is the news story. This is Daniel fires one of its producers. No, not Daniel. Yeah. Disney fires one of its producers. Yep, they don't fucking. Yep, they always have these heartfelt stories and shit like that, and they don't want to tell you about fucking Disney XD and all those other different shows and shit, and who was the producer to that shit. The producer that was this really really fucking fat ass dude who fucking did nothing but literally hit on every single one of his employees. It's like, oh, I didn't know that he did that. I didn't know that he actually did that. And the ones that he did always kept quiet because he never fucking hired those ones. It fucking sucked, man. It sucked for so long. Those kids were they were showing their feet for no reason. I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm not fucking watching this because children are showing their feet for dudes who are on like 8chan or some sort of fucking dark website that's getting porn out of their phone. And they're sexualizing children, which is fucked up because kids want to be kids. You know? It's fucking insane, dude. They don't know what to think. They don't know how to think for themselves because they're constantly told what to do all the time on set, and then they're put in like weird situations and shit like that. That shit needs to fucking stop, man. Like, oh, it stopped because they fired him. No, but it happened for like 6 years. No, not 6 years. It happened for like 12 years. And some of those dudes are still working for Disney. Because Disney is a fucked up company. It's a fucked up company. And that's why I don't have Disney Plus. It's not because I can't afford it. Sometimes it's because I can't afford it. But it's also because of the fucked upness of the fucked upness. He got to the fucking gun first, I guess. What's really weird is like we both went out the window at the same time, but I took longer, and And I took longer, and then he just went over like immediately. It's fucking crazy, dude. Like all the games, even the games I like, are fucked up. But damn, man, this whole conspiracy of like this dude literally taking advantage of like 13 and 14 and 15-year-old girls, probably, and boys. It's just fucked up, man. It's fucked up, and there's no getting around it. Disney has fucking made another goddamn ruining childhood experience. Not only did someone like those people know what they're doing. They know they're selling a fantasy about what they think the culture is and how they're going to reinvent culture. Basically, it's this idea that Disney itself is run by Nazis, and probably is because the original Walt Disney had a complete and utter disdain for Jews, and also anyone that was disabled or anything like that. It's like, yeah, let's all go to a racist dude's house. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go to a racist dude's house. I want people to like fucking to see that this is like the worst shit that anybody could ever do, and they're firing somebody for telling the honest truth about what Nazis did. They should be praising her and saying, yes, that's what they did. They fucking brainwashed an entire community of people to put out what they thought was people against the state, basically, or not making deals with the state, basically, and then saying, well, you have these problems with the state, well, take this up, and then they didn't say that. They just fucking murdered people. They just thought they were in God's country, and that's the reason why they have to understand that whatever my God is, it doesn't see people like that. It doesn't see people like they're not. It's just it doesn't my God didn't make up the rules. He made up the fact that life can actually exist, so it can exist. The formation and the things that people can exist, and they can exist with matter. They can exist as energy and matter as one. You know, that's it. Everything else we made, and they need to understand that is we made this bullshit. We made this shit for ourselves, and this Disney bullshit is killing me. It's fucking killing me. I fucking hate it. I hate the fact that there's these dudes that are running around with 13-year-old girls, and the fact is that it's probably still going on. They swept whatever he did under the rug. Whatever he did. They don't even want to mention his name in the news, which is really stupid. And that's the reason why these websites, they're using these websites. It's not the website's fault. It's because of these different things that are happening, like all in succession, and then the news stories get jumbled together in a mess of like a bunch of different things. Look, I'll try to look up producer. All right, let's do it. Here we go. I'll even go further than that. I'll go further than that, and go to so we go. iCarly producer fired. iCarly producer fired. iCarly producer fired.
Here's a summary from HuffPost. Nickelodeon has officially
There we go. This is the dude.
Creator of major hits including iCarly.
Dan Schneider is his fucking name, and he's a piece of shit that fucking preys on young children. He's like, oh, it's just a wholesome little thing. Wholesome. Just being wholesome. Too many people went to that one thing. I don't want to watch this bullshit. It's fucking Dan Schneider. This dude who literally like fucking for 13 to 20 years fucking preyed on these young children for this entirety of this show. Like and then just became their friend and everything like that. He's just a nice guy. Look at him, he's a big jolly Santa Claus. Me. And he's just making friends with all these kids and stuff like that. And it's even closer to what actually Michael Jackson was terribly yeah, but they want to blame it all on people that they think did it, and not actual evidence of people who were literally working with him, who were pedophiles, and would get fired and hired the same goddamn day. Like, they would go to jail for actually touching on minors and like showing their junk to kids and stuff like that, and then they would get hired the second day back to freaking Disney. It's fucking insane. This dude literally was surrounded by pedophiles, and he was a pedophile himself. Like, they don't want to talk about that dumbass shit. They don't want to talk about all that stuff. Dan Schneider is the worst fucking person in the entire world right now, and no one's fucking talking about it. No one's gonna talk about that bullshit. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid that people really, really think that everything is someone else's fault, or everything is like, it's really bad. Like, it's really fucking bad that when people tell the truth about something, or try to tell any truth that's fucking anything higher than pristine or fact or anything like that, and someone probably heard this shit, then she was probably expecting them to keep it quiet, because she was probably expecting them to, or even her tweet basically. Why can't people tell the truth online? Why can't people tell the truth online? Even with Trump wanted something to get out to the news, and people are like, "Oh, that's terrible. Why are you putting Israeli people getting murdered online?" It's just like, yeah, because they're dying, all of them. They're dying of starvation, of fucking wars, bullshit, a whole bunch of different stuff. And everyone's just like, "Oh, don't look at it. Watch the Disney stuff. Watch the Disney stuff and let the things fade away." It's all the bullshit. It's the acid fucking mentality everyone's fucking talking about. It's fucked up. It's super fucked up. I don't get it. I don't get the whole idea, the whole concept. I would hire her. I would definitely hire her. But no. We have to bring down our feelings and bullshit and stuff like that. That's the reason why, man. The racists don't have the bombs anymore. They don't have the bombs. They have a gavel, and they're gonna fucking say whatever they fucking want to say, to fucking do whatever they want to do, and fucking try to make the whole world a fucking worse off place, because it's a terrible place, and everybody should know that. No, it's really awesome, actually. It's really cool to watch. It's really fun to go. It would be really fun for me to go on a safari and fucking go watch goddamn lions tear apart deer, because that's what they do, because they're lions and they're stupid and they don't know how to cook. So whatever. They don't have opposable thumbs. When they get opposable thumbs, they'll probably cook. So that's my rant for the day. That's my absolute rant for the day. Is they don't want to fire, or they didn't want to fire this dude for fucking 15 goddamn years. Then they let him go quietly oh yeah, he's quiet. And he's gonna go quietly. No, he's gonna get fucking murdered. People like this should not be fucking doing anything in any business. They should be fucking sulking over their own fucking bullshit, and they should. Where the fuck is he, dude? What the fuck? I didn't even see him outside. He has a scope on his gun? No, not even a scope. That little motherfucker, man. I didn't see him outside at all. If it was a full daylight, I was supposed to see him. There we go. Why Dan Schneider was fired by Nickelodeon. Here we go. He's not a cheater. Nickelodeon cuts ties with Dan Schneider. It's because he's a pedophile. It's because he's an absolute pedophile. And these news stories are either they're gonna confirm it or they're gonna completely cut it out. Because he's a creep. So they're not gonna say he's a pedophile. They're gonna say he's a creep. And then oh, why is he a creep? Because I don't know. It just tickles my fancy. He's like, no. He was an absolute pedophile. Okay, he's an absolute pedophile. There was pictures of him literally gripping a 13-year-old girl behind the waist and fucking like there's not much more proof that you can actually even do. Like, it's fucked up, man. It's so fucked up. And there's just fucking bullshit ass fucking like narrative that people need to like, for the history of men and for the future of bullshit and all the dumb shit that like it's the history and then men and then men. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane that this shit is just that way. And there's motherfuckers that are billionaires or millionaires that are fucking so stupid and they think they're gonna get away with it, and it's just gonna be like, no, they're not. And if Disney keeps doing this bullshit, I will personally sue them. I will get together a fucking lawsuit and I will fucking personally get people to fucking sue the shit out of Disney and get down their parks that they're fucking taking people out of. Basically, they're fucking 28,000 people they're fucking not hiring because of this bullshit, because of this coronavirus. Literally, the middle class is disappearing. It's disappearing, like in certain places, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. $1,400 check. I'm not worried about if it's going to be too small. I'm worried about if it's going to be too big, or I'm not worried about if it's going to be too big. I'm worried if it's going to be too small. And you know what? You know why? Because the motherfucker doesn't care about anyone. Okay? Biden doesn't give a shit about anyone because he wants to be the next fucking Abraham Lincoln. Everyone wants to be. Everyone wants to be the next Abraham Lincoln, and they have no idea that they were literally doing it in their own heads. And Abraham Lincoln was a celebrity himself. He was like, I don't want to tell people what to do. I just want to say things and have everyone agree. That's it. That's all he said. That's all he fucking said. And then everybody makes a statue of him and a bunch of different shit, and everybody's just like, woohoo, everybody, freedom, great, oh my god. No, statues don't make freedom. They cost money, and you could have done something better with it. They cost money. They cost money to put up there. They cost money to take down. They create jobs sometimes. And you really need to understand is that, like, oh, we should appropriate the culture of the Native Americans and act like we gave them a fair deal. It's like, no, this was not a Native American post. This New Orleans was owned by the French. They made deals with the Native Americans. And that's the reason why we had this money. We had this place. We had this thing. Because we made deals with the Native Americans in the South. If the Americans or the Americans, because I wasn't American. I'm not American, really, if you think about it. I'm Irish, French, Dutch, German, Jewish, Cuban, Scottish, and what is it? What else it is? Is it Cuban, Scottish, and Irish, French, Dutch, Native American, German. Oh, I'm Native American on both sides of my family. I'm Cherokee and Apache, motherfuckers. Everybody fucked. And the people who fought were fucking pieces of shit. Not the people who took up arms against people who were being assholes. People who were literally dialing kids. Like, that's the reason why Full Metal Jacket was such a good movie. The reason why is because that girl was not nearly 20 years old. And she was brainwashed into thinking that there were people that were trying to take our land. And that's the fucked up part. Is that yes, kids are told that from the beginning in China sometimes. And you need to understand is that the leaders need to come together and realize that no, there's no amount of celebrity that's going to stop this shit from happening. Is people really think there's going to be a war and they're preparing for one. And they think that the bubble in the stocks will pop because they're not investing in it. Because they're not paying attention to the stocks that are actually doing good. They're not paying attention to the other things that it pisses me off and it makes me like you're not investing. You're not investing. Why are you even saying anything about the stocks at all? Like, just fuck, dude. And the reason I'm saying stuff about stocks is because I know which ones are going to do good. I know which ones are actually filled with honest people. I do my fucking research, man. It's just, you don't fucking get it, man. This world is going to shit, and everyone seems to want to think that it's what? Oh, the black population and the white population and no. There's fucking people at a secret society of douchebags that do stupid shit, and they think that somehow they're gonna win or they're gonna do something that's better. They're not. They're just gonna fuck up, and they're gonna constantly fuck up because they're fucking stupid and they're dumb, and then they're gonna try to fuck children, and then those children will murder them. Because yes, they will. They will murder them in their sleep. Anything to make Dan Schneider a little bit more scared about his fucking existence. For 15 years. 15 fucking years. He was a goddamn producer. And no one said a fucking word about it. He's a creep. The fuck no, say it what he is. He's a pedophile. He's an absolute pedophile who used to set up goddamn, auditions for certain characters that would never appear on the show, and he fucking used that shit to get into kids' fucking living rooms and shit. That's what he used. That's what he goddamn did. That's what he fucking did, and it's fucking disgusting. And he's a terrible person. Right next to the circle. That's fucked up what he did, and I know he did it because I can tell because of the kids that aren't in the public eye anymore. The kids that aren't in the public eye because They're afraid of that happening to them again. They're absolutely scared shitless. That's the thing. I really am scared for them too. Because if that shit goes unnoticed, and he had secrets somehow about what is it, the Disney basically, then he was blackmailing them to get this shit done for himself. It seriously pisses me off when things go unnoticed and people just keep on going along their way and aren't changed by it, and aren't constantly fucking just, oh well, I guess that he's gonna get his just desserts, and don't worry about him. No, fucking understand what he did, and don't allow it to happen again. And also make him register as a sex offender, and don't fucking do shit to like. But that's the point of Disney, I guess, guys. They're just gonna constantly hire fucking pedophiles and child molesters and a whole bunch of different people who did some really fucked up things back in their time or now, and they're just gonna think that, oh, but he's really good at doing paperwork. It's just like, oh great, you're a fucking genius, huh? See him. God damn it, I was switching my goddamn one to automatic. God damn it. Oh, man. Oh. So it just gets to me, man. It gets to me sometimes to see these people that are fucking doing really terrible things, and they're not getting reprimanded for it and being called a creep on the newspaper, and no one wants to tell them what the reason why he was such a creep, because he literally fucked 13-year-old girls as being a producer on Disney, and Disney did nothing about it. So fuck Disney and all their Mandalorian bullshit. I love the Mandalorian, but I fucking hate Disney. I fucking hate it. 55 minutes have passed. It's time for me to go. But understand that you are your own one-person bomb squad. You can defuse situations that you think are happening, and really understanding that how much of a monopoly Disney is right now, is realizing the fact that no, they're not going to be for long. The government is looking into a bunch of different things that are going on in Disney, and sometimes they'll keep it quiet. But you know what? They're gonna fucking go. They're gonna pay out the ass, and it's gonna fucking happen. And I know it's gonna happen because the right people are in government right now. The racists don't have the bombs, and the assholes that think they can push whatever fucking folklore of their own goddamn legacy onto this goddamn country. Once again, they'll realize that the only reason why Lincoln got a statue is because he got assassinated. So realize that and understand that he was an opioid addict, like most Americans back in those days. So realize that, and also understand that no, he did not eat a lot of food. He very much so had a very bad health problem, and he was going to die, probably. And he wanted to be immortalized, so he fucking got somebody to kill him, probably. So a lot of dudes do that. They're fucking stupid and dumb, and they don't know what they're doing with their lives. So that's what they do. They have no choice, and it sucks. But you know what? That's the reason why they kill themselves by police, or they kill themselves by whatever. But I know this, that mental patients need more rights. They need to understand that yes, there are slow moving situations when a disabled person is there, and 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds need to stop following PewDiePie because he's a piece of shit that I know is an asshole, and he's like showing off his abs to children and shit like that. That's who you're showing your abs off to children. I don't need children pictures. I don't need abs to show to children. That's your main basis. It's your main network basis. You're showing your abs to children. Whatever. Fucking Minecraft is stupid. It's a child's game. It's a children's game. So reason why I don't watch those people anymore. Because they're like, oh, I got Minecraft and I'm doing really good in this nuclear test facility. Blah, 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 blah. They're making it more complicated. And they're just like, no, kids are going to figure that shit out too. Because they're kids and they're smarter than you. You're older. And that's the reason why. I farted. Have a good day.